Why do you lift your neck? You're doing it wrong, man. You're going to hurt your neck. A swing and we'll try to clarify, okay? So to explain why I lift my head when bench pressing, which I know is not allowed, but one thing is competition and another is training. Here they are. We have the famous shrimp press, the carpet press, and the bench press. Now getting serious, I'll tell you why I lift my head and in what type of bench press you can do it and in which you shouldn't. Here we have the shrimp press, where you make a super exaggerated arch, pushing a lot, exerting a lot of force with your legs. There's a force on the spine that pulls everything here. The legs go up, and the head needs to press against the bench, because it's another support. We're forcing this position so much that the head has to stay tightly against the bench. We couldn't lift it even if we wanted to. If we lift it, we might hurt our neck, because here the head is under a lot of pressure and the neck is holding everything there. Then we have the carpet press. We're completely flat, even if we have a slight curve at the bottom, but our back is completely supported on the bench. Whether the legs are up like this or whatever. When I marked here in blue with the X, his center of gravity of the bar's weight, okay? Where does it fall? Here, when we have the arm stretched out, it falls on the shoulder, right? The line of the shoulder area in all of them. Here, when we have the bar up here, there's no problem. The bar is balanced and there's no pressure on the head. We're not pressing against the bench. In fact, you can see that when you have the bar up here. With your arms extended, you can lift your head without any issues. However, here you can't do it because, as I said, you're putting a lot of strain on the neck area as well as the lower back and everything. In this press, the problem is that when you lower it, you can never lower it here unless you do a press, one of those called the bodybuilder style press, which I don't know why it's called that, because bodybuilders usually don't do it wrong, but anyway. It involves having your arms almost in a cross and lowering it here to the neck area. The moment it goes to this side, the line, it's clear that we're going to put pressure on the neck area and the head will have to apply pressure. But normally in the bench press, when we have this position, it goes almost straight down. So the head is normally supported, as I said, it hardly applies any pressure. And then we have the other one, the bench press with a lumbar arch. That's the style I do. A lumbar arch that's not exaggerated, which is the most comfortable position, trying to isolate the chest as much as possible. With the shoulders back, well, what happens here is that when our arms are extended, the bar is here supported on the shoulder. Here, I usually have my head always supported. I'm not pushing against the bench, but it's supported. Here we have the same position. But when we lower the bar to the chest, that is, as I explained the other time, the bar comes down here. The bar goes down to the chest. And what are our points of support? Our points of support are this and this. And as long as the center of gravity is lower than the shoulder, the head is completely free. That's why you'll see me in light series with little weight that are very fluid and quick. Then I'm going to show you an example on the bench, how the bar, when I lift it, never actually reaches this position. It goes approximately from here to here. This is the position it describes. It doesn't even get to the shoulder line. I mean, it makes this position all the time. They are very quick pumping repetitions. And that's the line it follows. So when I get up here, I usually lower my head, but don't even rest it. I mean, in almost all these series, I usually have my head lifted off the bench. What happens when I'm reaching the later sets or when I lift heavy weights? When I lift heavy weights, the line is like this. I go down here, but when I lift, I come back, aligning with the shoulder line. So I rest my head fully on the bench again. Remember to follow me on my channel and visit my Bilbo Method website for more information. Saying goodbye here to my 3 colleagues, and I'm going to explain the bench press and a few more examples. Okay, I'm going to invite you to stand against the wall and then stand on the other side of the wall. And try sticking your butt, your feet, and upper back. Create that slight lumbar arch you'd have doing the bench press. Now bring your shoulders well back and press your head against the wall. I don't think it's a very comfortable position. Doesn't matter how we have our arms. I feel quite a bit of neck tension here. When the head slows down a bit, I lose all that tension on the shoulders and traps. That's why when I lower here, I lose even more tension if I lift the head a bit more. As you can see, everything has a reason. In this case, most people were wrong. Many more people lift their heads while bench pressing. It's a natural movement that depends on your posture on the bench. When doing fast sets, your head might lift more, and during heavy sets, you'll rest your head back on the bench. So I tell you, it's not advisable for you to go looking for it. And I'll also tell you that lifting your head off the bench won't let you lift more weight. I lift my head off the bench during training, but then at a competition, I don't lift it, I keep it firmly on the bench, and I lift exactly the same weight. However, I do feel much more pressure on the shoulders and neck. I'm telling you, it's much more harmful to perform a press with an exaggerated lumbar arch, where our head is fully supported, pressing against the bench, than the bench press I do, right? And I hope you subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next videos. Remember to follow me on my channel and visit my Bilbo Method website for more information.